Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Breakdown Show, I guess. Not just kidding.
Breakdown.
Welcome to the Breakdown Show. I am AD, that is JB3, and we are the Breakdown Boys. Um, Pretty interesting week in wrestling. Raw wasn't shit. Well, it wasn't complete shit. SmackDown was decent, and they were in the UK. JB, what's going on with you?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Raw combatants? Anyone watching? Yeah, Raw was. I liked Raw. I was going in really low expectations, so I'm kind of like, yeah. But I was. It flowed through, and the SmackDown was good too. They were in the UK. The typical UK tour happens every year around this time. So they were actually pre-taped.
Hmm.
Raw and SmackDown. They're not live. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the flow of it. I feel like the flow went better because maybe the editing was there. Who knows? But I enjoyed it. It was good. Uh, we got not too much to talk about with Raw and SmackDown. We're gonna get through the basics fast. Gonna come at you like we always do, but we want to have at the end of the session tonight. We're gonna talk about our Money in the Bank predictions. So
Yeah, I gotta pull up the list of matches. I think there's like 12 of them, 11, 12. There's a lot of matches on Money in the Bank.
it's crazy.
Uh,
It's like
um,
Money in the Bank is turning into and like how they always had the big four, the big four: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. They want that to be like the fifth, like it's the big five now because it's such a big event. I'm
I
down.
mean,
I like the Money in
yeah,
the Bank.
I'm cool with it too. I actually like it because it actually brings some. It's a part of the dynamic that rolls into the Big Four. That briefcase back in the day, that gimmick of that briefcase was that was pretty much saying, "Hey, this is the guy that's going to be your next champion." You know what I mean?
Mhm. All right.
And for better or worse, that briefcase can almost be looked at like a title because something shiny that you run around with. Everybody wants it. Everybody's waiting to see what you're gonna do with it. And
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, haven't there been matches where people like bet their money in the bank case?
Yeah, there's been a couple. The third one, I think, when Kennedy won, I don't know if he banked on it, but basically Edge took it. I can't remember if he won it in a match or if he just beat him down and took it. But Edge, if it wasn't
That's
for
a
Edge,
robbery stuff.
yeah, if it wasn't for Edge though, the Money in the Bank wouldn't be as big as it was. Like the ladder match, the concept itself, Chris Jericho came up with it. He came up with this idea
Mhm.
because he was mad he wasn't on the card WrestleMania. He didn't have a good spot. So he came up with this idea, and they came up with a few different like little pre-plans, but it all ended up being Money in the Bank title shot within a year. And
Mhm.
Edge took the first one, and he held it for like 10 months. Like you just said, they can hold it like a title. That's what he did. He held it like a title. He had it with him all the time, lead it in one hand, the briefcase in the other hand. He walked out all crazy, and then he showed it. He held it for 10 months, and then John Cena, brutal, battered and bruised from the Elimination Chamber at that New Year's Resolution pay-per-view. And then all of a sudden, here
Shit,
comes
yeah.
Edge, cashed in, two spears, 1, 2, 3. That was it. That it was everything. I think that put over the briefcase more than anything since. Not saying
Yeah,
anybody hasn't done anything well, but that was like I really like that. It to me as a fan, the Money in the Bank meant something.
yeah. Um, Speaking of Money in the Bank, the Raw main event for Money in the Bank is going to be AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, and you were a big fan of this spot that they put up, right? The old clips, like the montage that they gave.
Yeah, they had a video package this week instead of like what we've been talking about the past few weeks, the promos, the things that they do as far as like talking and scripted, and we were like, we're not really feeling it that much.
With
This
cringy
right
styles.
here, yeah, this right here, the story they cut back to their first match a long time ago in the Indies, and they brought their whole like through each career and the music behind it. Like the WWE does look great at those types of promotional videos, and I think that like for me, and it invested me into the match more. That did more than anything that they've done before. So I'm kudos to them because I'm like hyped up for this match. It's like there's these two paths that are finally clashing, and it's for the big prize. It's pretty cool.
That's what's up. Um, I think this is what they should have been doing the whole time.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
you know, I know I've said it time and time again, and it's not taking away from his in ring performances, but whether it's the writing, whether it's his delivery, I don't know, but I don't want to hear AJ talk. It's one of those things like a really pretty chick that's dumb as shit, like just stand there and look cute, don't say nothing. You know what I mean? Because you make me dumber every time I hear you speak, type thing. Like I feel like I lose brain cells when I watch him cut a promo.
Right. And for AJ, he can cut a promo, like,
It's the
if it's
right.
a certain type of promo, it's a very narrow field for him. You
Mm-hmm.
have this type of promo, he can nail it. A lot of different people have a wider range of what they can do. And I still think that whoever's putting these, I mean, and it goes with a lot of the superstars, like, man, they don't, some of the words that they have to use, because it's a TV show with ad friendly and they got the sponsors and they have to announce everything. Vince is weird. They have to like say, I'm gonna win at the Money in the Bank, and I'm gonna be the money. They have to say Money in the Bank like 8 times in their promo. And it's
Yeah,
just
you got to
ridiculous.
sell it.
Yeah, so, but I agree with AJ. What you say about AJ, he does struggle. You can tell, but hopefully, there's a lot going on. We could have a kickback soon and talk about some of the things that have been happening because it's getting a little crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy, Becky Two Bells found herself getting put through a table.
Yeah, that's my spot of the night. I thought that was just that. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll co-sign that. I
well,
mean, besi- that was the best. I think that was the best Becky Lynch promo in a while. The way she was cutting at them and the way she was digging and the way that they kept saying, "Oh, I got everything to lose. I got you have to win your first title shot or else you're gonna look like a fluke, and you have to win your millionth title shot or else you're just gonna look like a loser."
yeah, she was doing her thing, man. But that table spot, man, and we talked about this before just a little bit. You picked up on how they positioned her just right so they could keep her safe. But man, when she went through that table, I thought she was gone. Man, yeah, you just heard it like it was metal clanging in somewhere. I don't know, man. Man, oh gosh, man, I was like, what is, man? So
I mean, we'll get to it with predictions, but if you had to choose right now, who do you think has a better chance of taking that belt, one of those belts, Charlotte or Lacey Evans?
I think they both have equal, and I'll explain it more in my predictions later in the
Okay.
episode.
All right.
Equal.
And we finally get a payoff with this whole Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt promos. Did you
Yeah,
see
man,
the madness? Did
that
you
was just
see the
crazy.
craziness that is this man's gimmick?
It's funny because I got kids, and I thought, man, I don't know if I want my kids to see that. And there was a tweet some woman said, or I don't know, it was a father or a mother. It was a parent, and
Mhm.
they talked about their 9-year-old seeing the Bray Wyatt mask, and he got like horrified or whatever. And then Bray Wyatt just sent back a little meme that said, "Let him watch." Just
But it,
that's the thing though. It's family friendly, but it's creepy too. So it's just
I mean,
but the mask is dope.
Mask is dope. Mask is dope. I'm not familiar with his older character. Like I got in, I learned about him. He was already injured when I started rewatching wrestling, and I heard about him, so I went back and watched matches of his, right? But I didn't see any promos. I didn't know the context of the story behind anything. I was just watching him because I wanted to see what he could do.
You
Does that
should
make any sense?
you should go check his promos out, man. It's
Now, what was he like, a cult leader?
in NXT he was more like the cult leader. When he got into the WWE, it started getting more hokey. At first, it was kind of like, it was a little transition. His promos though, man, he just flows with his words.
And
He's
what's up with
really,
the
really good.
lantern he used to carry around?
It's a gimmick.
Just
He
a gimmick.
Yeah. He'd go on the Titan trying to. It started. He was with the Wyatt family, and that's how he debuted. They were with him, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Mhm.
And before the music would play, they'd get on the screen, and he would be like, he would just have the lantern, and he would just be like, "We're here," and it would go out, and then his music would play, and then he would come out with a little lantern, and then part of his entrance, like he'd blow it out, rock and rocking chair, be creepy.
And what's the and man, this is stuff we could talk about when you explain it to me later. All right, so I'm asking mad questions over here. Like I'm gonna tell you something, take notes. All right, so are you
Bray Wyatt.
excited for this? Are you excited for this? This devil, Mister Rogers thing that's going on now.
You know, it is creepy to me, but I am excited because it's unpredictable. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I hope, I'll say this: Bray Wyatt has so much talent, and I feel that the WWE didn't totally know exactly what to do with it the whole time. And I hope that with letting him take over on some of the decision making with this, which I hope that's what's happening, I'm hoping that they'll do him right from his hard work that he's putting into it, and that it actually has some type of success.
All right, rate this war 1 to 5. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Man, it was good. I was excited for it, definitely.
0.5.
And it's funny
I
too
mean,
because Raw is like a story based show. They're not necessarily like sports all the way. Are we gonna have the greatest matches? Even though they do have good matches, I don't really remember many matches that was on Raw Monday night, but I remember a lot of the story itself. You know.
yeah, but you said something that caught my ear when you said I went in with low expectations.
Oh yeah. Oh snap.
Have we
We have
been
to remember. We I'm sorry. We have to mention something. I totally forgot. It was pretty much the whole end of the show. Braun Strowman's out of the Money in the Bank match now because he had a
yeah.
match with Sami Zayn, Falls Count Anywhere match, and in the main event, in the Falls Count Anywhere match, which I was just talking about forgetting matches. How could you forget this was a good? It was a match, you know.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. Baron Corbin came in, Drew McIntyre came in. Eventually, they put him through a ladder, and then they all three toppled on him, got him a pin. 1, 2, 3. Braun's out. Sammy's in. Sammy went through the announce table. Because it's Braun Strowman. Raw, he's got to do it. But
Mhm.
evidently, he got in trouble for being careless at WrestleMania and the Battle Royal.
I don't necessarily. I think that's backstage heat that he's gonna have to eat, right? Because it was sloppy at WrestleMania.
Yeah, especially
But
with the
I don't.
top
I don't think. I don't think that's why they're pulling him from the match. If they were mad from WrestleMania, he wouldn't have been announced for the match. Period. I honestly think. Did you notice that he had that ace compression thing wrapped around his bicep?
Oh, you think he's injured?
He's hurt. I think he has a slight tear in his bicep.
I didn't notice it, but I'll have to look into that. I mean, you could be right, but I'm just
Yeah,
basing it off what the internet is saying. You know what?
yeah,
All the news, the wrestling news places they're all saying he's got heat. But I got to look at that because you being an MMA fan and the sports in you will look at that. You'll focus on that.
Mm.
I can see
I
how
mean,
you notice that.
also, a lot of, like you said, the internet. Let's call it what it is. A lot of times, these people are making 3-4 minute videos, right, based on rumors that they hear, right, just because
Yeah.
they're kicking out. I'm not hating, but they're just kicking out content. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed
Right.
to be a wrestling channel.
There's reputable sources. I go with like the top three. I go like Cultaholic, Wrestle Talk, and like What Culture. Those three sites.
Mhm.
I mean, other ones are good too, but those three right there, I think, because those are like really popular. So they have to report kind of the right news because if they
Oh,
don't, they'll get hit up. So I kind of focus
yeah,
on those
but
guys. But no, you're right.
think about
I get annoyed on Facebook because I scroll through and get a fake press all the time.
it.
So.
So think about it. Like if you were my boss or vice versa, right? And I messed up on a job, right? And there's another big job coming up. If you were so disappointed with my last performance at the job at work, are you gonna put me into the next thing? No, you're gonna sit me out for this one and let me know, hey, you got to tighten shit up. You're not gonna be in working on this project, and
Yeah, for sure.
you're not gonna announce that I'm working on that project, and then 4 days from it, pull me. You know what I mean? Especially when Braun is getting the biggest pop out of anybody coming out of that Raw locker room right now.
So,
As far as the guys,
regardless of anything, he's pulled from the match and he's not going to be in it, which I'm okay with. He won last year. You know what I'm saying? So
he wasn't gonna win this year.
I'm just no. When it comes, like I said, when it comes to Braun Strowman, there's only one thing I'm really interested in. I'm interested in seeing Braun Strowman versus Lars Sullivan, and that needs to happen. So that I'm gonna wait and be excited for that.
Well, if this racist shit that he came out of his mouth and this homophobic shit that came out of his mouth, I don't want to see that motherfucker on TV. But that's my opinion.
Right. I'll say this. I don't know, but all I know is that he seems to be taking all the right steps since it came out. So I guess he's been apologetic to all to people. He got fined. The WWE did their job, he got fined. We talked about that. We said something about the sponsors, didn't we? And it didn't take but a week when the sponsors hit him up. And they were like, do something. So they fined him. I just hope he don't. I don't think feel that way anymore. I hope it's true. I hope he's.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, we never know what goes on in a man's head. We don't have fucking. I'm not a mutant. I don't have Professor X's powers where I can dig in your brain. But some of the shit he said,
that was trash.
Meant. Yeah, right, he meant that shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to see him on I don't want to see him on TV for at least a month. You know what I mean? A good month. Sit down, do house shows, work on your gimmick in house, but I don't want to see you on TV. All right, let's wrap this Raw because we're getting long-winded.
Yeah, we already gave it 3.5 here.
I'm gonna give it a 3 just based on the fact that it was better than last week, but I shouldn't have to go into things with low expectations to be satisfied.
I can agree with both of those things.
All right, moving on to SmackDown.
Same theme, man. Money in the Bank.
Let's just get the little pay shit out the way real quick. Yo, when they put Asuka and Kairi Sane together, I told you, the perfect name for them are the Pirates of Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Or the Imperial Pirates or something like that. The Pirates of Tomorrow sounded dope, right?
Yeah, great.
And they named them the Kabuki. My dude.
Hey, so
can we get any more stereotypical? One of them is a fucking pirate, not a kabuki dancer. I can tell you what it is. You notice how Asuka has that kabuki mask, right?
Yeah.
That's part of her gimmick. They were in the back and somebody saw the kabuki mask and goes, I got it. You're the Kabuki Warriors.
And Vince was like, I love it. He's like, damn it, I love
it. Did you see Paige? She announced their name with such pride.
Right.
Yes, these are my Kabuki Warriors.
So I was talking to my brother. I was talking to my brother Trav earlier about this exact thing, and we were saying we like them as a tag team. We think the name is just banana sandwich. I don't know what to say about it. And then, but it's Paige. I love Paige, but it don't work for me. Like Paige being their manager don't work for me.
No.
Not like the way it's going down. Like it doesn't seem like it fits. It just seems forced. Like when she was with Absolution, it worked because she had a history with both of those women.
Mhm.
It almost seems like they tried to just be like, oh, you and you go there.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's like,
Honestly,
well,
I would have
they're
rather see
good.
Paige come back with Absolution. I think those two can use a mastermind to
Well,
direct.
that's all they need to do is she can turn heel on them. So maybe that'd be how Mandy and Sonya get the belts. See, because I think the Iconics are going to win, but if they don't, and the Kabuki Warriors get the belts, I think that they can have a feud with Mandy and Sonya Deville and Fire and Desire, and I
Mhm.
think that that's when Paige can turn and they can become Absolution and again, and she could be their manager, and they should turn heel. That would work for me, honestly, but. You know something? They're good in the ring, okay?
Mhm.
They're a good tag team. They can do good tag team moves. Look, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, Fire and
Uh,
Desire, man.
Sticking to the women, I really like that video package they had for Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah, again, just like the other one, it got me hyped up so much for the match.
Yeah, very much so. I'm not gonna speak too much on that. That video package spoke for itself. I mean, if you don't know Charlotte and Becky's history by now, what are you doing watching the show? Kick rocks. Um, Moving on to the best thing of the night, in my opinion, was that fatal four way. That fatal four way was good.
That was,
It
yeah,
was
it was so
good.
good.
It was
It
good.
was so good. I,
I felt Ali got a little bit lost in the shuffle. Mustafa Ali, I think he got a little lost in that shuffle, somewhat. I think Andrade, Randy, and Finn Balor kind of outshined him. Maybe Ali's holding something back for the actual Money in the Bank match itself, but I'm not taking anything away from I'm nitpicking. That was a good match, dude.
oh, it was. It was a really good match. They all got good chemistry together. It's good, man. I think that proves right there that the SmackDown side of the Money in the Bank match is gonna be the big parts. But
Mhm.
With Sami Zayn being thrown in there, uh, it's gonna be good. I mean, you got I don't know. I'm just excited. We'll see. I,
Yeah.
I think Baron Corbin's gonna surprise us. I think Baron Corbin is gonna surprise us. I think that Drew is going to be
Hold
brutal. I think he's gonna be brutal.
on.
Brutal. He's
Let's
gonna
let,
be.
let's hold up on breaking down the Money in the Bank. Let's knock out SmackDown real quick. Last thing of the night. Do you really want to get into the whole Uso tag team with Roman Reigns? Honestly, dude, I told
Um,
you off camera. That was my piss and beer break, B.
yeah. I like the match. I like the Usos portion of it. I will say this: I want Shane McMahon to stop doing the coast to coast unless there's a trash can there. I mean, I just, I can't even hit on Shane, for his age. He's in great shape. He does what he does. He hit a shooting star press like he did. It was nuts. He could do that, but he's getting older, man. He don't connect. He's just not making it all the way now. So I just
Yeah.
don't want to see the coast to coast anymore.
It's not coast to coast anymore. It's like coast to Midwest.
Yeah. And then meet me halfway or like meet me.
Me,
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. Because
guys,
the
guys,
Uso had
Scooby,
to put his chest up just to take the hit.
Scooby.
Like, oh. Yeah, so
Oh man. That's it's
Scout,
fucking
yeah.
hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. All right, and last thing of the night, Kofi kind of hijacked the KO show, and then
Yeah,
got
that was
hijacked by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They kind of whooped on his ass. And real quick, I gotta say it, yo, Xavier Woods, one more time, hold this L, B. You can't even come rescue your friend. First, you can't throw a sucker punch because you snuck up on KO 2 weeks ago, hit him from behind, did nothing to him, and then got super kicked in the face and got dropped. That's a L. This
they
week, your man's out there getting his ass whooped. You run out, guess what happens? He gets his ass whooped too. Hold this L. Xavier Woods is gonna have to change his name to Xavier L.
bro, I'll
That
tell
boy,
you this. I hope he's really good in the ring. They did this before a few years ago when they had a feud with the Wyatts. They made him like scared of Bray Wyatt. They've done that before where they've kind of made him a little scared. You know,
Yeah, but he's
so
not scared. He's just a pussy. He's just
right.
getting his ass
I,
whooped.
he is. I don't know, man. I don't like it. He's just playing his role, man.
No, I get it. But
Yeah, I don't like it because I've seen him do good. Like he's really good in the ring. Like,
yeah, like he did his thing in that Uso Hell in a Cell.
yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? He can. I'm not saying
Yeah.
he can't wrestle. I'm not saying that he can't talk on
Yeah,
the
no,
mic. What I'm
you're
saying
right.
is, right now he's getting booked to be the crash test dummy, B.
Yeah, he is. You're not lying.
You know what I mean? So once again, Xavier Woods hold this L. Yo, Ray SmackDown 1-5, man. So we can move on to Money in the Bank.
3.5. I'm gonna go the same as Raw. I enjoy both
Damn,
shows the
you
same.
you really like this week in wrestling.
It was good. That Fatal 4-Way did a lot for me, man. And I didn't even mind the Shane McMahon, because Daniel Bryan and Rowan and everybody was in it. That wasn't too bad. I do want to say those RKOs, man. I'm always looking forward to see an RKO out of nowhere,
All
and we
right,
got
so
two of them.
3.5.
Well, hold on, bro. The spot of the night is the RKO to Ali, bro. Hey, he rolled, he rolled up. He was like, whoop, and then boom, got caught like out of nowhere. To me, for SmackDown, 3.5 spot of the night.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 3.3. I really didn't like that handicap tag match with the Usos. Not that I really didn't like it.
You bored? It bored you, right?
Yeah, I was just over it at that point. You know what I mean? All right. Money in the Bank. Let's break this thing down real quick. All right. We're going to start from the bottom of the card.
The pre-show.
Well, I'm not even going to get into the pre-show, dude.
You don't
Is
want to
there a
get into the
pre-show?
pre-show? There's a pre-show. It's Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos.
Okay. That's right. And then Tony Nese versus Davari.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I don't watch 205 Live. I know it's good. I've heard great things about it. I just don't find it in time for it.
Listen, dude. I was telling my girl the other day. I said if you add up all the time that is dedicated to watch everything that the WWE puts on per week, it turns out to be 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's a full time. That's a day. That's a full time shift at a job.
Actually, to tell you the truth, brother, it's 9 now. I believe. No.
All right, no, 3. You get 5
It's
hours
eight.
in
It's eight.
SmackDown and Raw, right? You get
Yep.
2 hours of NXT. You get an hour.
You get 1 hour NXT, 1 hour NXT UK, and then 1 hour.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I count the NXT as UK and thing, 2
UK.
hours, right? That's 7, and then the hour of 205 Live. That's 8.
Yep.
That's a full time fucking shift. I'm good.
Right. It's difficult to watch that, especially when there's a pay-per-view. That's another 4 to 6 hours added.
Listen, I got shit to do, homie. All right. You think Daniel Bryan and Rowan beat the Usos?
I do. That's my prediction. I'm going to go with D-Bry. D-Bry and Aaron Rowan. The recycles.
Yeah. You think they're gonna do something to that the recycling plant? You think they're gonna do anything to that to those belts? Nah.
I hope so.
They're gonna hold on to it for a minute.
I want them to. I want to see because I like when I dig that Daniel Bryan, his heel gimmick is like the planet champion. I'm an environmental. Like that was such a good, like all those promos, like when he was backstage, threw the hot dog at the dude, like all that stuff, man. Like I loved all of it. So, and when he did that to the belt, I was like, that's different. I like it. So I want to see something. I want to see what they got.
All right. I'm not even gonna speak on the 205. How's this? I'm gonna pick Tony Nese.
Yeah,
Fuck
I'm
him.
gonna pick Tony Nese too because he just won at WrestleMania, so
Yeah,
I
he
think
beat
he'll
Buddy
keep.
Murphy, right?
Yeah, he beat Buddy Murphy. Yeah.
All right. All right. Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio. You want me to pick
Samoa
first?
Joe, Rey Mysterio. You know, to you know what I think's gonna happen?
Mm,
I'm gonna go on a crazy prediction. I think that Samoa Joe's gonna win
mhm.
because I think that Dominic's gonna turn on Ray, and I think it's gonna build up to Dominic wrestling Ray against his father. I could be wrong. If
That's your
not,
crazy prediction.
yeah. If not,
Yeah.
then the only other thing I can see happen is Samoa Joe's gonna choke out Dominic because Dominic's gonna go out in the ring and he's gonna choke out Dominic, and Ray's gonna freak out, and I think he'll get choked out too or something. Samoa Joe's gonna be my pick regardless, but I really think that something's gonna happen.
All right. Um, I guess Samoa Joe. It irks me when I don't know this whole Rey Mysterio having his big ass son carry him around and shit like a little kid. It's just weird to me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on that right now. So I hope Samoa Joe chokes them both out and we can go about our business. Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston. I
Kevin
want
Owens,
Kevin
Kofi
Owens to
Kingston.
win, dude.
I mean, I want Kofi Kingston. Me and my bro Trav was talking earlier, and we both agreed. We want Kofi Kingston to have the WWE Championship until he retires.
Until
I
he
mean,
retires.
he's a fighting champion. He's defended it so many times already. And it's always going to be a good match. And he's always going to put 110% into every single match. And he's always going to, he's going to do everything he can to elevate the title and his character and himself to the top. So I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? Like Kofi, man.
Hey,
He
I'm not
showed,
hating on the dude. I like him as champion. I just think
well,
I just think Kevin Owens. I think they're banking on Kevin Owens. I think they want Kevin Owens to be their star.
he is a star. So I could totally see it happening. I could see them taking it, but I'm going Kofi just because, like I said, I'm not gonna bet against Kofi right now. I
Oh,
don't see I think if they're gonna give the belt to Kevin, I think that it should happen later. But I think that they're building up something bigger with Kofi Kingston and his title reign. I think that they're gonna do something bigger with it.
I
And that bigger is a bigger E.
think Big E's gonna come back and turn on him.
I think Big E's going to come back and turn on him, but not like to cost him the championship. He's just going to turn on him to get a championship, and it could tie into why Xavier Woods is being booked to be so weak right now, so that he ain't going to really do nothing about it. He's going to try to play the peacekeeper, and Big E's going to go off on a tangent. And I don't know if they'll both turn on Kofi. You know, they might both turn on him, but I don't know if they'll do that. But it's going to be something. That's what I think. I think that they're going to do a big SummerSlam, and this SummerSlam is going to be Big E versus Kofi for the championship.
Mm-hmm. Miz, Shane McMahon, Steel Cage. I'm taking the Miz on this one.
Me too. I'm gonna say he's gonna
I
win the
think this
feud.
I think this angle needs to be put to rest already. I
Yep,
think
I
Shane needs to
agree.
find something better to do with his time.
Yeah.
Um, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. It's the first of Becky Lynch's title defenses.
Yes. And
I,
earlier you asked me who do I think has a better chance of winning, and I thought that they have an equal chance of winning. There's a reason
mhm.
behind that. So for this match, my prediction is going to be Becky Lynch. I think she's going to beat Charlotte. And I think that
I
that's
think
going to
so
be
too.
the end of Charlotte versus Becky.
Yeah, that's gonna be my prediction. I think Becky puts a rest to the Charlotte thing for just for now. You know what I mean? Put
Hmm.
put that angle on the shelf. Let it collect a little dust. We could circle back around to that maybe Hell in the Cell time or something like that.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Give it some time to go away. Roman Reigns, Elias. I'm pretty sure Roman's gonna come out on top, but a piece of me would like to see it. I want to walk with Elias.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict Elias because I think Shane is gonna come in. It's
Mhm.
possible, especially if Shane's match, whichever. Oh, it could be whichever way because maybe Roman will cost Shane or something. I don't know, but I think that Shane's gonna be involved, and I think it's gonna build up to Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon at SummerSlam.
Are
I
you
think that they're gonna
serious?
do that. Well, yeah, because they started it as soon as he got on SmackDown when he Superman punched Vince. Shane took offense to it, so I think that that's what they've been building to. Because yeah, it's been Elias versus him, but it's really been Shane versus you know. So I think he's gonna
Yeah,
splash
turning the
everything with the
screws.
Miz, and then he's gonna cost Roman this match, and it's gonna make them have a feud to SummerSlam because they like to do that. They like to have crazy matchups at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. So that's it.
Okay, so something we didn't talk about on Raw that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too because I thought about it.
Um, the women's fatal four way. Alexa Bliss didn't participate. She got Nikki Cross to take her spot, which that's a whole other can of worms. Why wasn't Nikki
Hmm.
Cross being Nikki Cross? Why was she just being all normal? Hey, hi, what's going on? That shit didn't work for me. But Alexa Bliss has been injured. She is not medically cleared, so she will not be participating. And from what I'm reading here, they replaced her with Nikki Cross. So this is how you had your crazy prediction for the night
Yep.
with Dominic? This is my crazy prediction. As of right now, Natalia, Dana Brooke, Naomi Bailey, Ember Moon, Carmella, and Nikki Cross and Mandy Rose are your participants. This is my prediction. Either Dana Brooke or Nikki Cross is going to be replaced last minute. Sasha Banks, and she's going to win the whole thing.
Oh snap!
That's my crazy prediction of the evening. Will it happen? Probably not. But if somebody told me, hey, what would you do this night to blow everybody's mind? I'd be like, hey, Dana, can you find something for me in that closet? And I'd lock her in it, and I'd bring Sasha Banks out and win the whole thing.
I mean, you might be right. When it was Royal Rumble time, I predicted this with my friends with Becky. She wasn't in the Rumble, and we did prediction video, or not a video, but we did predictions for with each other. And I said Becky's gonna win. They were like, "Oh snap!" And I said, "Yeah, I think she's gonna find a way into the Rumble." And sure enough, it was Lana. She had an ankle injury that actually built up from earlier in the night. A story where she hurt her ankle, and then Becky took her spot and won. And I was like, "Yeah." So hey, it could happen. And I would be, man, Sasha Banks, Money in the Banks. Sasha, Money in the Banks.
Yeah, because let's call it what it is. This whole feud that they have with her and her unfollowing them and the messiness that's in social media and the fact that that's every wrestling pundit and wrestling channel every 2 days that's what they're talking about. Sasha Banks unhappy. She wants her release. See, then they have to smooth that over. And what better way to smooth it over than, hey, we're sorry how your tag team title reign and ended. We felt like we didn't do you right. We apologize. Butter her up, saying, hey, listen, we're gonna fly you in. We're not gonna tell anybody on the roster. Nobody's gonna know anything. Bring you in like the Hardys the way they brought them in all quietly at Mania. Put her in a black hoodie and a fucking mask and some sunglasses and a fucking orange wig or whatever the fuck you gotta do. Sneak her into the building, and quietly tell. At this point, don't even take Dana Brooks' spot. Nikki Cross is a last minute replacement. Let's do that. Let's just take
No,
Nikki Cross out
hell
and
no,
step.
man. I don't want Dana Brooke over Nikki Cross. I love Nikki Cross, man. And then
So do I.
why would they do all that story to put Nikki in just to take her right back out? I think if anything, they should have something happen with Dana, like in the beginning of the night or something. Has someone take Dana out, or Natty. Data or Natty, but from my book, Dana is the weakest link of that Raw group. If take her out, or maybe she'll be on SmackDown. Maybe take Carmella out, or one of those, or Mandy Rose out.
I mean, we're taking out people we don't like. I'm taking out the person that is already a last minute replacement. Nikki
Yeah, but the
Cross up
WWE don't work
until
that way. They won't. They,
wait,
they
wait,
won't
wait,
put
wait.
Nikki out.
Yeah, but you need. I don't know. All right. So if the lineup stays as is, who's your pick? I'm going with
Right.
Bailey.
Well, you said Sasha. I thought you.
Well,
Oh,
no, that's
if
my
it stays
crazy.
as it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Bailey. Mine is also Bailey because
All right.
she's the only one that I can see doing something with it.
True. All right. The men's Money in the Bank. The participants are Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin for Raw, and then Mustafa Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton for SmackDown. What was your over/under on the RKO's? The over/under is 5.
Yeah, I don't think 5 is gonna quite go. I call 3.
You
So
call
under
3?
5, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
3.
Harley and Sandy jumped out the window, said more than 5, which is
That's a lot
crazy.
of RKO's, man.
I,
It
I'm
could happen. I'd be happy if it happened.
I'm gonna go 4. 4 sounds like a good number to me.
4
I think you catch a
RKO's.
couple, 4 RKO's. I think you're gonna catch one early. You're gonna catch one off the ladder. You're gonna catch one on the outside, and somebody's gonna catch one coming off the top rope. There's too many high flyers for him not to be plucking people out the sky.
Yeah, he'll pluck. Yeah, he'll definitely be plucking.
All right.
My prediction
Who's
for
your
the
pick?
winner. My prediction for the winner is going to be Andrade. I think Andrade is going to win.
I predict Drew McIntyre. I think it's
Okay.
his time. I think it's his time. I think he played his role well when they gave him the backseat that Brock Lesnar did not leave like he was supposed to when he came back, and they had to put the title back on him. They needed a big heel. He didn't complain. He sat back. He played his position, and I think Vince rewards that kind of, loyalty. Not bitching in the locker room, not bitching on social media. Just okay, I'll do my job, and I'll wait patiently. So I think it's Drew's time.
I can agree with that. I wouldn't be disappointed if Drew won. I just feel the same way about Andrade. I think that Vince. Well, it's been reported that he's really, really his favorite wrestler right now is Andrade, which is a ridiculous reason. It's because he's learning English really, really fast and good. So it's funny because I was talking to my friend Trav earlier. I was talking about how you
Wait,
said, you
can,
said this before. You said Asuka needs to learn English. That's her problem. And then you look at this Andrade dude. He's learning English and he's getting pushed. So that's what
hooked
Vince
on
likes.
phonics. Oh man, it's rough. All right, you got your co-main and your main events of the evening. For your Universal Championship, you have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Seth
I would go.
Rollins versus AJ. I'm going
This
Seth.
is one of those ones that I want to say Seth Rollins. I think once again, based on crowd reaction and all that stuff. But then again, it's AJ Styles. Like I could see them easily putting the belt on AJ too.
That's true. So they could put the belt on AJ. I just don't think. I hope they don't, just because Seth just got it. Like, it almost seems like it's that match is made for him to win. Like, AJ is winding down the end of his career. He's gonna get the Universal Championship, I think, by the end of the year, maybe. But for this, I think it's time to let Seth have his good run. I gotta pick Seth, man. I wouldn't mind if AJ won. He's phenomenal. It's AJ Styles, but I call Seth.
All right. And the last match of the evening, according to Wikipedia, Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans.
So yeah, I think that Lacey Evans has the equal amount of chance that Charlotte has. I think that she's going to lose to Becky Lynch.
Think
And
Becky Lynch, Becky two belts.
Becky two belts, Becky two wins. She stays Becky two belts. But maybe she's either going to stay or another good crazy prediction of the night to tap onto yours. If Sasha Banks did return and win the Money in the Bank,
She'll cash it in on her right then and
she'll,
there.
after Becky wins two titles, then she'll cash it in and then she'll I think if she did that, she'll cash it in and
Take
she'll
the smack.
I think she'll take them both. And then everybody be like, which one is she gonna take? Which one is she gonna take? And she's gonna be like, I got them both. So that would be a good end if they did that.
Mhm.
Make Sasha.
I think I think Becky two belts stays Becky two belts, but I wouldn't be surprised if Becky gets cashed in on.
And I think it could be Sasha if she came in, or it could be Bailey. But then again, Alexa did that last year, so it might not happen. But whichever way, I think
Yeah,
that I'm sure that Becky's gonna beat Charlotte and she's gonna beat Lacey.
this is the perfect storm to cash in on somebody. Because let's call it what it is. It's not going to be a fast match with Charlotte. That thing's going 10, 15 minutes.
Right. The Lacey Evans match would go a little less. But I mean, it just bro, I don't like it. I don't like repeat stuff like that. I don't like for them to do that one year and then to turn around and do it again. And the only I know why they did it last year because think about it, okay? Carmella had the reign, and she actually was the first person who held it longer than Edge. She held it longer than Edge, and the whole time, bro, the whole time, and then she cashed in. And then when Alexa got it, cashed in right away because they didn't want someone holding it again for so long. Evidently, I don't know. So now ain't nobody even touched a women's Money in the Bank for over a year. To me, I think they could get more out of it, like you were saying, like with the championship, putting it on somebody. Like let's say Sasha did win it, then she could just hold it, or even Bailey, and she could just hold it. She could be like, "I'm just gonna hold on to it for a minute," and then all of a sudden, it happens. I wouldn't be opposed if Sasha or Bailey did cash in against Becky, but that's just because I like to see them as champion. But I would have a problem with it because it literally happened last year.
Yeah, but to say that we don't like it or they're not going to do it, come on, man. Let's call it what it is. WWE lately is wash, rinse, repeat. Copy and paste, copy and paste. If it worked last year, it'll work this year. It'll be brilliant. She'll be tired from two grueling matches. Oh, watch, I know I'm a genius. You know, it is
I
what
hope
it
not.
is.
I hope not.
Well, we have been doing this for an hour, my brother.
That's a
Tell the
long
good
time.
people where they can find you.
Find me at here on the breakdown boys every single week. Lately, it's been a little wonky. Maybe Wednesday night, maybe Thursday night. We're hashing it out. You know, we both are regular human beings. We got full-time jobs. We work our asses off. We pay bills like every other American person or anybody else in any other country that you work and you pay your shit. So yeah, you can find us here, me especially here at the breakdown with the breakdown boys, and sometimes a kickback where we chill and talk about whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Y'all know where to find me. I told you, I'm like the candy man. All you gotta do is say my name, bitch. Um, yeah, man. I'm AD. That's been JB3. We are the Breakdown Boys, and we out this thing.
Oh hey,
Deuce.
I'm sorry,
What's up?
we can't cut out without this. Like right before we started the show, it got announced that
Oh, two
Ash-
things. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Ashley Massaro um if you don't know who she is, she won the Diva Search back in the day, and she like 2005 or something. She was wrestling. She was on Playboy back when Playboy was with WWE doing that stuff, and she was she passed away. She's 39 years old, and it just happened. I guess this morning we just found out, literally right before the show. So thoughts and everything, prayers and everything, and good vibes go out to her family. It's a tragedy, man. So R.I.P.
There's no real, from what I was reading, they haven't really. They said it's a non-criminal case, so she wasn't murdered, but there's no disclosed cause of death as of yet, and everything's being tight-lipped. You know, rest in peace. Condolences to the family. And like you said, 39 years old kind of pushed it in perspective because she's not.
Yeah,
She wasn't yet. She wasn't old. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, she wasn't, and I just hope that her family can deal with all the things that they got to deal with, and they can handle everything that they got to handle. I couldn't imagine, you know, having to go through something like that. I mean, all of our families, everyone goes through tragedies and stuff, but it's just always it's heartbreaking, and Ric Flair, get well soon, whatever the case may be. There was big reporters said it was something really, really bad, and I guess it got debunked and said it was a planned procedure. But regardless, there's something going on with Rick. So Nature Boy, stay strong, get well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, when I found out that he was rushed to the hospital and I heard all the stuff that was later on debunked. I went and watched that 30 for 30 because I thought that man was gonna kick it. I was like, let me run this documentary back real quick and check out Ric Flair's career and life because I was gonna have to get ready to come on here and speak on it. But
That
man's
thing,
alive, man's kicking, and hopefully we get a few more years off the old man. So, once again, I'm AD. That is JB3. We are the Breakdown Boys, and we out.